Joining me now on Skype to talk more about Joe Biden's candidacy from a Catholic perspective is Katie Yoder, web and video producer for National Review and columnist for townhall.com. Katie, welcome back to the show. Good to see you. Joe Biden has talked about the influence that his Catholic faith has had throughout his life. However, many of the policies that he supports are contrary to church teaching. How do you think that will resonate with voters, especially pro-lifers? And also, do you think it's possible to really separate the two as some politicians contend?
Right, Tracy. Well, thank you for having me on your show. That's an excellent question. We see Joe Biden. He regularly attends Mass. He carries a rosary around in his pocket. He credits his faith for strengthening him through the deaths of his family members. So he does participate. He's been baptized Catholic, but he doesn't appear to be fully living out his calling to that sacramental calling. He says he's personally pro-life, but as we know, the Catholic Church teaches that every human person has an inherent dignity and worth from the moment of conception, and abortion intentionally ends a life, an innocent human being. And so to say that you're personally pro-life is at odds with saying that I'll allow other women to do it. It's their choice, and to stand by and watch other people have abortions. And also, as we can see with Joe Biden, he's for taxpayer funding of abortion too. And he just recently switched this. As we can see in the past, he's long supported the Hyde Amendment, which prohibits federal funding of elective abortions. And just last year, he decided to oppose the Hyde Amendment. So it's clear that there's a big conflict here, and I think Catholic voters should pay attention to this, and the American public as well.
The addition of Kamala Harris to the ticket as Biden's VP nominee has troubled a lot of Catholics because of her pro-abortion positions as well. How do you think that will sit with Catholic voters?
Right. Well, I think choosing her as his vice president only solidifies his support for abortion. You can see Kamala Harris. She readily supports abortion. And we can see that, she's supporting it. He's supporting it publicly. They both want to repeal the Hyde Amendment. They both want to restore funding for Planned Parenthood. And this is just not in line with what American voters want. If you look at polls from Pew and from Gallup in the past year, they've said that fewer than 30% of Americans want unlimited access to abortion. And you look at taxpayer funding, a Marist poll earlier this year found that 6 in 10 Americans oppose tax dollars going towards abortion. And so their stance on this really appears out of touch, not just with Catholics, but also with the American public.
Oh, Katie, thank you so much for your time today. We really appreciate you coming on. Katie Yoder, web and video producer for National Review and columnist for townhall.com. Thank you again for your perspective.